you finesse, he can't, no finesse.
The $400,000 Ferrari Purosangue, breaking all rules, full review and deep dive. The unthinkable Ferrari. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, car enthusiasts. And welcome back to the channel. Today, we are not just looking at a car, we are looking at a statement. A vehicle that, just a few years ago, would have been considered absolute heresy from Maranello. This, my friends, is the Ferrari Purosangue. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you, it has 4 doors, and it sits higher off the ground than any Ferrari before it. Ferrari calls it an FUV, a Ferrari Utility Vehicle, vehemently denying it's an SUV. But whatever you call it, one thing is clear, Ferrari has entered uncharted territory. The big question isn't just what is it, but is it still a Ferrari? And does it live up to that iconic badge? Over the next 20 minutes, we're going to dive deep into every single facet of this magnificent, controversial machine. Exterior design. Let's start where Ferrari always makes its first impression, the design. And trust me, with the Purosangue, there's a lot to unpack. At first glance, it is undeniably a Ferrari. The long bonnet, the muscular fenders, the signature headlights, but then your eyes start to notice the differences. Up front, we have classic Ferrari cues. Those sleek, split headlights flow beautifully into the aggressive air intakes. The grille isn't overtly massive, which I appreciate, keeping that elegant sports car look. But look at the subtle ground clearance here, it's a hint at its versatility. From the side, this is where the Purosangue truly stands out. It avoids the traditional chunky SUV look. The roofline slopes dramatically, almost like a coupe. The designers have done an incredible job integrating those 4 doors. You'll notice the rear doors are, well, we'll get to those in a moment. The wheel arches are filled with massive wheels, we're talking 22 inches at the front, 23 inches at the rear, necessary to accommodate those huge brakes and give it that planted stance. Around the back, it's all Ferrari. The quad exhausts, the distinctive taillights which are slimmer and more integrated than we've seen on some previous models, and that sculpted rear diffuser. The entire car just screams aerodynamic efficiency, even with its larger footprint. Every panel, every vent, every crease has been meticulously sculpted, not just for aesthetics, but for aerodynamic performance. From the air curtains up front to the sophisticated underbody aero, this car is designed to cut through the air, generate downforce, and keep those mighty brakes cool. It's a masterclass in making a larger vehicle look lithe and athletic. Now, let's talk about arguably the most talked about feature of the Purosangue's exterior, the doors. Specifically, the rear doors. You have conventional front doors, as expected. But then, for the rear, these are what Ferrari calls welcome doors. They are rear-hinged, suicide-style doors, similar to what you'd find on a Rolls-Royce or Mazda RX-8, but with a distinctly Ferrari flair. This creates an absolutely enormous opening, making ingress and egress incredibly easy, especially for a vehicle of this type. It's not just a party trick, it's genuinely functional. There's no B-pillar getting in your way when both doors are open, giving you a fantastic view into this stunning cabin. Stepping inside, the first thing that strikes you is the sheer sense of occasion. This isn't just luxurious, it's sporty luxury. The materials are exquisite, supple leather, Alcantara, carbon fiber, polished metal. There's an incredible attention to detail everywhere you look. Interior tour. Ferrari has taken a unique approach to the interior, focusing on what they call dual cockpit design. Let me show you what I mean. For the driver, we have a massive 16-inch digital instrument cluster. This is your command center. Customizable displays show everything from your speedometer and tachometer to navigation, media, and vehicle dynamics. It's sharp, responsive, and incredibly intuitive once you get used to Ferrari's steering wheel-mounted controls. Speaking of the steering wheel, it's classic Ferrari, flat-bottomed, packed with capacitive touch controls for almost everything, and of course, that iconic Manettino dial to select your driving modes, wet, sport, race, ESC off. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There's no central infotainment screen in the traditional sense for the driver or a shared screen. Instead, Ferrari has given the front passenger their own dedicated 10.2-inch display. This screen allows the passenger to manage their climate, entertainment, navigation, and even seat performance data. It's brilliant for co-pilots who want to be involved without distracting the driver. It truly reinforces the dual cockpit idea. And for the first time in a modern Ferrari, we have genuinely usable rear seats. These are two individual, deeply sculpted bucket seats, not a bench. They offer excellent support and comfort, even for taller adults. Legroom and headroom are surprisingly generous for a car with such a dramatic roofline. The Heart V12 engine and performance specs. Alright, enough about doors and screens. This is a Ferrari, and that means one thing above all else: what's under the hood? And folks, Ferrari did not compromise here. They gave it the heart of a true supercar. Behold, the absolute masterpiece, a naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 engine. No turbos, no hybridization here, just pure, unadulterated, glorious internal combustion. This is becoming an increasingly rare sight in our electrified world, and Ferrari chose it specifically to maintain that visceral, emotional connection. Let's talk numbers. This V12 churns out a staggering 715 horsepower at 7,750 revolutions per minute and 528 lb-ft of torque at 6,250 revolutions per minute. It revs all the way to 8,250 revolutions per minute, delivering that classic, spine-tingling Ferrari soundtrack. This isn't just power, it's an experience. Engine, 6.5L naturally aspirated V12. Horsepower, 715 horsepower at 7,750 revolutions per minute. Torque, 528 lb-ft at 6,250 revolutions per minute. 0 to 60 miles per hour, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour 3.3 seconds. Top speed, 193 miles per hour, 310 kilometers per hour. Transmission, 8-speed dual clutch. All that So, who is the Purosangue for? It's for the discerning enthusiast who owns other Ferraris but needs a daily driver or a family hauler that still delivers that Maranello magic. It's for the person who demands the ultimate in luxury, performance, and cutting-edge technology, all wrapped in a prestigious package.